Hey student, watch this video and learn how you can improve your English reading with quotes in English. Coming up. Hey friends, Teacher BAIXE here to help you talk to anyone, anywhere, anytime in English. Hey, first of all, thank you so much for joining me on another English lesson. If it's your first time here, consider subscribing because from Monday to Friday, I post different kinds of English lessons to help you become a better and more confident English speaker. Yay! So, check it out. But today we are going to talk about reading. I'm going to be giving you a reading tip to help you improve your English comprehension, but in an easy way, okay? Many English learners do not have so much time to dedicate to reading in English, or they have problems with reading because they don't practice reading enough. So I think this lesson will be very useful for you. I have other lessons about reading strategies, reading exercises, so check out my channel because I have a lot of lessons for you, okay? Anyway, let's dive into the content. How can you practice reading with quotes in English? First of all, quotes? Hello, teacher. Well, a quote is basically a quotation, a short text, or a paragraph, or a phrase, a sentence, or from a text, from a speech. So let's say someone you like is talking about something you enjoy learning more about, and that person during that presentation says something really nice. Says a phrase that is really nice. So that phrase, that short sentence can become a quote. I don't know if you have Instagram. By the way, follow me on Instagram. Today I reached 9,000 followers on Instagram. That made me very happy. So if you haven't followed me there yet, hey, check it out, link in the descriptions. So quote is a short sentence that has a lot of impact, that will teach you something interesting, something motivational, inspirational, okay? So it's a short sentence, maybe a short paragraph, but it has a lot of information that is very condensed, that will give you some insight on whatever it is that you're reading, okay? Now, why on earth read quotes? Well, many English learners struggle to understand quotes from important and famous people. Because let me be completely honest with you guys. Some quotes do not have a very easy language. Some quotes are a little bit difficult. And because you are not familiar with reading quotes in English, it's a little bit more difficult for you. So understanding quotes require a little bit more practice, and many English learners don't have the habit of reading in English. So when they see a quote, they don't understand because they don't practice reading in their routine. And usually quotes are usually from people who are not teaching English. They are talking about other things, personal development, science, religions. There's so many things that people talk about, and short fragments, short things, short texts, short sentences of what they say become quotes. So I believe that for people who have problems to read quotes in English, to understand quotes in English, you have a lot to benefit from, okay? Now, one important thing, that the quotes, they are very short, but they have profound meaning, okay? And here it's a win-win situation because you will be improving your English and improving yourself in a different way. You will be getting motivational quotes that will inspire you to keep going, that will motivate you, and will be in English, okay? So I think that's very important. It's a win-win scenario because you are going to find quotes that will help you improve your comprehension skills, okay? And I think if you are someone who is studying, who is trying to improve your English skills, improving your reading comprehension is a very important asset that you should consider having. Reading is as important as the other skills, okay? I don't know why you study English, but at some point you will need to read something important, and if you don't understand, you are in trouble, my friend, okay? Now, how can I find quotes, Teacher Pricks? Well, today with Google, everything is easy. If you have a phone, if you have internet, ta-da, you can do it. So you can just go to Google and find quotes. You know, you can type quotes in English, famous quotes, quotes from important people, quotes from Barack Obama, quotes from Mariah Carey, I don't know why, quotes from Michael Jackson, and you will find lists and lists of quotes. So think about someone you like and Google that person, okay? Quotes from Charles Chaplin, okay? I really like him, so you can search quotes from him. So you can go to Google and do that, okay? Now, what is a key recommendation for you here? Try to Google quotes with explanations. Why do I say that? As I said, some people have problems to understand quotes in English. So try to Google quotes with explanations. There are many websites that do that. What does that mean? Some quotes, some websites, they have the quote, and then they have the message. What is the message behind that quote? What is the story? What should you understand from that quote? What is the message in that quote? So quotes with explanations are better for you if you, as a student, if you are trying to improve your comprehension, your reading skills. Because sometimes when we first see a quote, we don't really understand the message. Sometimes we understand the words, but we don't understand the message. That's why it's so important to improve your reading, because it's not just about knowing the words, but it's about understanding the message. And you need to improve your comprehension to do that, okay? So this would be a good idea. And hey, if you are enjoying the video, as usual, hit the like button. By hitting the like button, I understand that you enjoy this kind of lesson. This lesson is helping you, and YouTube will also understand that this lesson was nice, and then the robots from YouTube will start telling people that my video was fun. And if possible, share it too on Instagram, Facebook, you name it, my friend. Help me out so that I can make more lessons for you guys. Very well. Now, to help you, I will leave 2 website recommendations of quotes in English with explanations in the descriptions, okay? So in my descriptions, in the descriptions where I talk a little bit about the video and stuff, you will have 2 links there of website recommendations. I think one website has 65 quotes with explanations, with the message explanation, and the other has 12, I think, very famous quotes with explanations. Excuse me. So take a look at the descriptions and check them out, because they will help you get started. It's better if you start looking for quotes with explanations, because then you can understand the message, okay? And don't worry, some quotes are difficult. I sometimes need a little time to fully understand certain quotes, okay? But this is so nice, guys. I can't emphasize enough how much your English level will improve if you study English, quotes in English, okay? I imagine that you probably know many quotes in Portuguese or in Spanish or in Italian or in French. I don't know what your native language is, but try checking them in English, because they will really help you. I cannot emphasize this enough, okay? Now, I want to share my favorite quotes with you, okay? I have many favorite quotes. Actually, I have like a very, very long list of favorite quotes, but these are my favorite ones. And the interesting thing is they're from people from all over the world. Well, here I put like basically American, Canadian, and Indian. But there are many other people I love who have quotes in English. Okay, so the first one is from Sadhguru. Sadhguru is an Indian, I don't know what exactly he is. He's a guru, an Indian master of wisdom. He's a very intelligent man, very wise, and he has the most incredible quotes of personal development. And his first, the quote that I like about him is, "When your happiness is dependent upon what is happening outside of you, constantly you live as a slave, a slave, to the external situation." And I love this. So happiness is from the inside. When your happiness is dependent on external things, you become a slave. You become an employee with no benefits, a slave, okay? You don't receive a salary, no money, a slave. So you become a slave of that situation, to that situation. So it's amazing. Next, Tony Robbins. I love Tony Robbins. "If you do what you have always done, you will always get what you've always gotten." And this guy is incredible. So basically, what is he trying to say here? When you do the same things, you will always get the same results. So if you are unhappy with your life, think about your actions. Do you always do the same thing? Because if you always do the same thing, you will always get the same result. Now, when he talks about that, he's not talking about the same good things. He's talking about the bad things, okay? Hal Elrod. I love Hal Elrod, okay? He is the writer of The Miracle Morning. I absolutely love him. "Love the life you have while you create the life of your dreams. Don't think you have to choose one over the other." So many times we are planning about the future and we don't like our life now. But that's wrong. You need to love your life now and work to have a better life in the future, to have your dream life. It's not a choice, one or the other. It's both. You need to love what you have and work for a better thing, for your dreams, okay? Amazing. Now, this next quote, I don't know who wrote it. I remember that when I was a child, I saw this, there was a photo of Charles Chaplin, and this was in Portuguese. It was in my grandmother's house, and I memorized this quote because every time I went to her house, I would see it, and it would speak so much to me. I would feel so connected, and I found the translation in English, but I didn't find the writer. So don't let the sadness from the past and the fear of the future ruin the happiness of the present. So this is really connected to our current lives today, because today we don't live in the present. We focus on the past, on the problems that we had in the past and that we can't change. We are afraid of the future and we feel anxious, and we forget the present. We forget the joy of being in the present. So I love this quote. This quote always brings me back to the present, because I don't have everything I want yet, but I'm so blessed and I'm so happy to be here. So I love this quote. Bob Proctor, I love this man. Thoughts become thoughts, okay? What we think. Thoughts become things. If you see it in your mind, if you see what you want in your head, you will have it in your hand. Amazing. It's talking about the power of manifestation, of creating something. So if you think about it, you can create, but connect emotions to it. And the last one that I love, Bob Proctor again. Change is inevitable, but personal growth is a choice. So what is that supposed to mean? Everybody will change. Everything changes. Everything goes through transformation. But you choose to grow or not. So growing, becoming a better person is a choice. But everybody changes. So it's pure wisdom. So look at how many things we think about. We stay away from just thinking of English and grammar and rules, and we go beyond that. We start to connect English to other important things. So that is my biggest recommendation for you guys tonight, okay? Now, Share your opinion. I want to know about you. What is your favorite quote? And I want to know who said it, okay? So, it was Tony Robbins, blah, 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 okay? So I want to know your favorite quote. Come back, not in the chat, okay? Come back, post in the comments your favorite quote. And if possible, guys, if you enjoyed this lesson, if this lesson was helpful to you and you found value in this lesson, share it with your friends. Other than that, have a lovely day or a lovely night, and I will see you tomorrow for another English lesson. Bye-bye!